What's up everybody, my name is Blair and welcome to my channel. It's almost Halloween, so today I have a Halloween decorate with me and mini house tour for you. This has been a huge labor of love for me, so I really hope you enjoy it. Grab some spooky snacks and let's get right into the video. So the night before, I laid out all of the items I thought I wanted to use so they would be ready to go in the morning. It was a beautiful rainy autumn day, so I put on my favorite playlist, lit a candle, made myself a cup of coffee, and got myself ready for a full day of decorating. So the first thing I did was I started with the base of the mantle. I knew that I wanted to use the Hocus Pocus mantle scarf that I bought, so I put that down first. It took me a good 20 minutes to adjust it, not gonna lie, and then after I got that nice and secured, I decided to add a black velvet runner on the top to create some depth and some texture. This is something that we had left over from our wedding in May, which I still have a video coming up about that if you're interested. I wanted the black velvet runner to look a little crumpled and disheveled to create some dimension for all of the pieces that I was going to add afterwards. So once I laid that down and had it how I liked it, I began with some of the highlight pieces that I knew that I wanted to use, including the beautiful headless horseman statue and a candelabra. And then I added in some spooky trees, as well as the haunted house that I got from Big Lots and the gorgeous candle pedestals that I picked up at Bath & Body Works. At this point, I realized I needed to move the spooky trees over a bit because they were covering up the mirror and kind of closing the scene in, and I wanted to widen it up a bit, and I figured moving them over would help with that. And then I realized that I really didn't want to use the haunted house, so I took that out and decided to use my little raven on the stack of books, which I really loved because it really adds that gothic Edgar Allan Poe kind of feel to the mantle, which is totally what I was going for. I decided that I didn't want to put any candles on the pedestals. I just felt that putting two different Bath & Body Works candles on the mantle at the same time was just a bit much, and instead I used the pedestals as just a little bit of height for some of the smaller items I knew I wanted to use. Next, I took a gold chalice that was left over from our wedding and I filled it with cobwebs and black roses, and I wasn't sure at first if I wanted it to lay on its side or stand up, but I liked it both ways, and I think ultimately I did go with it standing up, but I thought it added just a nice little extra gothic touch to the mantle. After ruminating for a while of how I was going to decorate the cloche, I decided to go with something similar that I did last year. I used this little styrofoam skull and then covered it with some creepy cloth as well as some green moss and spiders. One of the best ways to make your Halloween mantle pop is definitely adding in a black feather boa. This is the second year I've done this, and it absolutely just brings everything together and totally transforms the scene. So the further along that I got with this theme, I realized that it was kind of reminding me a little bit of Borgin and Burke's from Harry Potter, that shop on Nocturne Alley, and I was totally loving it. For the past couple of years, I was using bats that my husband and I had made, but they were kind of falling apart, so I decided to buy some new ones on Amazon that I felt looked a little bit better. I had so much fun putting this look together, and I really love how it turned out. Now it's time to add some really creepy cobwebs. It was finally time to break out the Webcaster Gun, and we were so excited to use it. You hook up the Webcaster Gun to an air compressor, and then it shoots out the hot glue like cobwebs. This is what they use on film sets and haunted houses, and it really creates that authentic spooky look. Although we went a little heavier than we would have liked to, we still were really pleasantly surprised with how everything turned out. We really love it, and I cannot wait to show you guys at the end of the video how amazing all of this looks at night. Next, I moved on to the coffee table. Lately, I've been going for a really Art Deco meets modern inspiration for our living room, and I'm just all about the black and gold now because we got a new couch and it just so happened to have gold legs, and I just had this total vision for just an Art Deco meets modern vibe for the living room. And then magically Joann's came out with an Art Deco Halloween collection, and I pretty much lost my mind. And I noticed this after I did my Halloween haul, so I'm really sorry I didn't get to show you guys what I did pick up from Joann's, but you'll see a few items here. And I still want to keep our decor pretty minimal, which is why you'll only see a few pieces on the table. Next, I started decorating our dining table. I went for a similar base that I used last year, but instead of leaving the cobwebs stretched out on the table alone with a runner, I decided to put a spider web tablecloth over it, and I felt like it looked really nice. I wanted to keep this tablescape, again, pretty minimal. I wanted to set the table again, so I didn't want to go too crazy on the tablescape. I wanted it to look clean and gothic and classy. I used the black roses from the Dollar Tree again to create a base around the candelabra. And then once I had all of my pieces set up for the tablescape, I weaved some creepy cloth around everything again to create more dimension and depth to the tablescape. I really love playing around with different materials and different textures to elevate my holiday decor. I covered these silver chargers with a little bit of black cobwebs, and then I added in these matte black plates that I got from Target. Then on top I added these plates that I made last year. I hand painted these just as a nice little extra touch for the dining table. I don't believe that you can eat off of them, but I still think that they look pretty cute. Next, I just added some matte black silverware as well as some cobwebs in the cups just so it looks like it's bubbling over, if you will, like it's mimicking dry ice coming out of the glass. Next was my very favorite place to decorate, which was the bar area. Now, you're seeing me start out doing this one way, but I quickly realized that I wanted to do it different because I kind of did this last year and I didn't want to repeat myself too much. So I started out doing this just to get it going, and then I changed my mind and I lined up the bottles in a different way and decided to use that skull tray further down on the bar, as you'll see later. I didn't want to overcrowd the top of the bar, but I felt that it was missing something, so I added in this fall garland as well as some fairy lights that I got on Amazon, and I feel like it really tied everything together. Aside from themed liquor bottles, I did pick up some of this Liquid Death sparkling water, and from there I added in some of our very favorite cocktail books to the bar. I picked up these really awesome light up ice cubes from Amazon, and let me tell you, if you want to take your drinks to the next level, this is all you need. And then I also got these really beautiful Art Deco inspired rocks glasses. But what you're about to see is my very favorite thing that we own in this house right now, which is a Michael Myers tiki mug. This is made by Geek Tikis. They make some of the coolest tiki mugs I've ever seen. They have a lot of horror inspired tiki mugs, and I believe they have like Star Wars and just really iconic characters. This was just an absolute must-have for me. My husband and I really enjoy making tiki drinks, so I ordered these Halloween tiki umbrellas from this really awesome Etsy shop. It was my goal to use these umbrellas in a Halloween cocktail video, which I don't think I'm gonna get around to it before Halloween, so if that's something you guys would still want to see, like a spooky cocktail video, let me know in the comments below. My husband is a really amazing self-taught mixologist, and I'm not too shabby myself, so we really wanted to do that together. So let me know if that's something you want to see soon, and I will work on that for you. Also, yes, I did bring corn stalks in the house. If you can have a Christmas tree in the house, you can bring corn stalks in the house. I just got rid of the corn so there wouldn't be any bugs, and I decorated them the way that I would at my parents' house. I really missed seeing those corn stalks, so I had to have a piece of home with me. I fell completely in love with the atmosphere that they created for the bar. I'm really happy with how everything turned out, and this is one of my favorite spots in the house. Next, I moved on to decorating the tier tray in our coffee area. This is one of my favorite parts in the house to decorate because it's where I spend a lot of my time. Coffee connoisseur over here. But I knew that I wanted to keep my Bones coffee front and center, and then I used that little Halloween tree that I bought at Michael's, and I put some coffee stir sticks in my 𝘗𝘲𝙀 mug. And then I added in some fall garland and fairy lights again to tie everything together. I finally got to use that votive candle that I got at HomeGoods, the one that had a brother that broke on the way home, and then I paired that with some little ghost marshmallow peeps, which I like to do every year because they're just so cute. These are those made good snacks that I was talking about. They are free of all major allergens. I have a peanut allergy, so I have to be careful when I have anything sweet. This is one of the only things that I feel safe having now and again, so I made sure to keep my cauldron stocked. So that's it for the decorate with me portion. Now we're finally going to move on to the most exciting part of this video, which is the cinematic house tour. I'm going to show you guys what everything looks like lit up at night. I hope you enjoy. so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below which area was your favorite. I think mine was definitely the mantle or the bar area. I really enjoyed those two the most. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this one. And hit the bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Happy Halloween.